From the northwest suburbs to a run for the White House, a local congressman, now a local presidential candidate. Congressman Dean Phillips, whose district includes cities like Brooklyn Park, Maple Grove, and Plymouth, announced that he's challenging President Biden in the Democratic primary. But what sort of impact will this have as we approach primary season? Delane Cleveland spoke to a political scientist from North Hennepin Community College to get his take.
I'm Dean Phillips, and I'm running for President of the United States of America.
This announcement on Friday from Democratic Representative Dean Phillips is something the third-term congressman has hinted at for weeks.
We've got some challenges, that's for sure. We're going to repair this economy, and we are going to repair America, as long as we do it together.
While it's considered by many as a long-shot bid, Phillips is of the belief that there needs to be an alternative to President Biden, amid less than overwhelming polling numbers for the president.
It's political season, and it would have been foolish not to try.
Michael Goldbiss is a political science professor from North Hennepin Community College. He calls Phillips' announcement a sensible move in terms of getting political visibility.
You're testing the waters, and you're testing the waters in a way that does not get you permanently wet or sloshed or stained in any way, because it's just that. It's like a trial balloon.
Thank you.
It's a trial balloon that may hint at an ununified Democratic Party, but in the mind of Goldbiss, it's a good way to signal to the country that Minnesota matters.
But I'm very proud of Minnesotans who step up and speak to the country. I think this is important for Minnesota, regardless of which party you are.
In Brooklyn Park,
I'm Dean Phillips, and I approve this message.
Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
A school in Brooklyn Park reopened Friday after closing Thursday due to concerns about possible violent threats. Officials at Prairie Seeds Academy Charter School wrote in a message to families that they decided to close Thursday after they became aware of reports about possible gun violence. The school called Brooklyn Park Police to investigate, and police say the threats were made on social media and were not credible. No one has been arrested. The school implemented new security measures after the incident. The Golden Valley Police Department says it will need county help for another 6 months to make up for a shortage of officers. Golden Valley Police Chief Virgil Green says the department is up to 19 officers. That's 12 short of its authorized force of 31. That's considerably better than a year ago when officer numbers fell to 10. Despite the improving numbers, the Golden Valley City Council will be asked to vote on a contract extension with the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office for another 6 months.
But after that, we should be in a pretty good shape to take back the department where we've got our day shift officers as well as our evening shift.
Chief Green says 4 new officers have completed schooling and will soon start field training. If that goes well, they could be sworn in about 2 months. A Plymouth area soccer club is getting a first-of-its-kind facility. Organizers say it's a game changer. Fusion Soccer Club's indoor training facility opens to the community this weekend. The facility is a converted office building, and it offers a place for players, member or not, to build soccer skills. In the past, Fusion rented from other area facilities. Fusion's director, Keith Pavelka, says it's exciting to finally have their own space.
This week was the first week that we had kids in here playing, and it was an amazing feeling. So we were so excited to see the kids out here and to see the enthusiasm.
Pavelka says interest in the soccer club grows by the hundreds every year. Right now, over 3,000 kids participate in Fusion's programs, including 85 competitive teams. A Maple Grove resident is on a mission to help families de-stress by decluttering. Reporter Sarah Allen introduces us to the woman known as the Organized Mama.
I've always been an organized person.
Even in her former career as a teacher, Jessica Littman had the organizational bug.
I still have cards from some of my former students that were like, your organizing with color helped me in high school.
Now she's teaching families how to get organized through her book, workshops, speaking engagements, and one-on-one virtual coaching.
I really want moms and families just to feel that calm in their space with everything going on in the world, especially right now. It just makes sense that home should be your place of peace.
Littman says she gets compared to Marie Kondo, the world-renowned organizing consultant, but says she has a different approach.
Organizing rooms, actually, I've found to be easier than organizing by category, which is Marie Kondo's thought process. And so if the categories don't work for you, then this method might.
Her method focuses on organizing one room at a time, moving things that don't get used often to better spaces.
Only keeping the pots and pans you actually use in the drawer or cabinet, and then the ones you use seasonally, store somewhere else. Like the bigger ones, we kind of like keep up on the top shelf of the pantry. That way they're not taking up like the prime real estate.
She recommends ditching items you don't use.
If I don't use it at all, or I don't admire it, or it's not serving a purpose in the spot that it is, then you can think about parting with it.
With items left, consider sticking a label on them.
When you have more than one person living in a house, label the drawer, label the shelf, whatever, so people know where things go, and then things will go back in place.
Knowing that all families are different, she encourages her followers to find a system that works best for them and their routine.
Sometimes it's not going to look pretty or look like it's supposed to, but if it's functional and working for you, then that's all that matters.
In Maple Grove, Sarah Allen, CCX News.
We have a link to Littman's website with more tips at ccxmedia.org.
The high school volleyball playoffs roll on with section finals coming up next week. On Thursday, the state's top-ranked Class 4A team took a step closer to another state tournament appearance.
The Trojans hosting the section semifinals Thursday. They took on 5th seed Hopkins in the first match of the night at Wayzata. The underdog Royals played really well in the first two sets. Caitlin O'Connor with a block for a point. That ties the first set at 20-all. But the Trojans close it out, winning 5 of the next 6 points. Olivia Swenson with a deciding kill. Wayzata takes set 1, 25-21. Amaya Jennings leads Hopkins in kills this season, and she puts this one away for a point, tying the score at 8 in set 2. Again, it's another close set, but again, Wayzata wins. They take it 25-21 and then roll in the third set with a 25-8 win. The Trojans are now 30-0. They advance to the section final where they'll take on Champlin Park in the Section 5 championship match Wednesday night at Osseo High School.
The Champlin Park volleyball team has been near the top of the 4A rankings all season, while Maple Grove has also been in the top 10. The Rebels and Crimson squared off in the second Section 5 4A semifinal. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Second seed Champlin Park looking to get past third seed Maple Grove in the Section 5 4A volleyball semis. The Rebels roll in the first. Good defense leads to a kill for Carly Gilk on set point as Champlin Park wins 25-16 to start the night. Maple Grove plays much better in the second. Riley Orrock's attack gives the Crimson a 12-9 lead at this point. But Champlin Park prevails. Reese Axness the quick set to Catherine Adler as the Rebels pull out a 25-23 win to go up 2-0. And they complete the sweep in the third. Ava Bolter gets the kill as Champlin Park sets up a rematch with Wayzata for the section title with the sweep of Maple Grove in the semifinals. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
In high school boys soccer, state tournament quarterfinals continued Thursday night. Maple Grove earned the number 2 seed in the Class 3A bracket. Chaz Moots has highlights from their match.
Maple Grove still unbeaten on the year. The winners from Section 5 playing unseeded Andover, the champs of Section 7. First half, Crimson with a good luck on net. Ethan Smith one touch, left foot hit, doinks off the crossbar. Later in the first half, Huskies with a corner. Preston Bergerin thought he had the first score of the match, but the ref came in quickly and called offsides, so the scoreboard still reads zeros. 35th minute, Colin Merritt with a cross. It gets by everyone. Anson Karn is waiting at the back door for the score. That would go on to be the game winner, 1-0 the final. Maple Grove stays undefeated. They advance to the Class 3A state semifinals next week, Wednesday at US Bank Stadium against Park at approximately 10 a.m. In Edina, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Maple Grove girls soccer team is in the state tournament for the first time in 4 years and took on White Bear Lake in the quarterfinals. Chaz Moots has more.
A steady rain came down from start to finish on Coolman Field in the girls' state quarterfinal match. Early on, Maple Grove in possession. Ball gets popped up. Jessica Lee steps in and swings a beautiful shot to the top shelf. Crimson fired up and thinking upset, up 1-0. 6 minutes later, if you thought that was a good-looking goal, take a look at this. Kira Gill, no hesitation, same location. The top right corner is the place to be for MG. But right before the half, White Bear Lake looking to get on the board. Elizabeth Wallach, perfectly timed up pass to Jenna Malloy. Bears cut the lead in half, 2-1. In the second half, White Bear Lake had scoring chances, but Bella Hanna and the Crimson answer the bell every time. MG doesn't allow a goal in the final 40 minutes, and the Crimson get the upset win over White Bear Lake, 2-1. Next up is a trip to US Bank Stadium next Tuesday against Wayzata in the Class 3A state semifinals. Kickoff is slated at 10 a.m. In Edina, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.